rebounds. Love it. I'm sure a lot of Laker fans out there are accustomed to that. So, again, that's a stat line that we're not no surprises there. But this is where I think, it's important to pay attention to in tonight's game against the Mavs. Dennis Schroeder, 2 straight games for the Lakers. Obviously, newly acquired Dennis Schroeder, 2 straight games for the Lakers, comes through. 18 points tonight, 6 assists, 2 rebounds. Last game for the Lakers, he was around 14 and I think 12 rebounds, 8 assists. I mean, he almost had a triple-double. So it just shows that Dennis Schroeder is fitting in right out the gate, and this shouldn't be a surprise. Dennis Schroeder was averaging 18 points a game last season with the Oklahoma City Thunder, but of course here with the Lakers, a lot of those contributions are going to change because you have 2 superstars that you're already playing with. Then Montrezl Harrell, and the reason why I'm going down this list here, just from a individual perspective, I love the balance of this Lakers team, and that's supposed to be one of the strengths that the Lakers have this year. Montrezl Harrell tonight, 22 points, 7 rebounds, 10 of 13 from the field. Dennis Schroeder was 7 of 11 from the field. And I could keep going down the list. Markieff Morris came off the bench, had 9. Kyle Kuzma off the bench had 13. So you had a number of guys contribute for the Lakers. And heck, you put up 138 points. That's typically going to be the case. But this was a good win for the Lakers. It was nice to see them get the W and just, obviously start the season. They start against the Clippers and now finally get the win. But the balanced attack, that's going to be the difference. There was an NBA GM survey that came out about a week ago or so, and 31% said that the Lakers had the best offseason. 31% of the NBA GMs. And this is the reason that we're referring to, the depth from the Lakers. That it doesn't have to be just LeBron James and Anthony Davis every single night, but if those two hit and do what they do, and then everybody else chips in, how do you beat the Lakers? I mean, how do you find a way to beat the Los Angeles Lakers as we look kind of big picture in a 7-game set or something along those lines? So I think we got a lot of things to be excited about from a Laker perspective, and certainly the balance tonight has a lot to do with it. Lakers shot 56% from the field. They hit 19 three-pointers. You heard Ireland and Michael talking about it towards the end of the game. Second chance points, 35-0 Lakers. They had 33 assists. I mean, I could go down the list here of all the different things that the Lakers did tonight. Listen, it's not a perfect game, but for the most part, Lakers had a double-digit lead, had complete control of the game. At no point did you feel like the Lakers weren't in control of this game. And if you're the Mavs, Luka Doncic is going to have to do everything for that team. 27 points tonight, 7 assists and 4 rebounds, 9 of 19 from the field. But one of the things that Michael and I talked about coming into the game, you want to try as best as you can to make him one-dimensional. So if he's going to go out there and get 30 points, make sure he doesn't have 12 or 13 assists as well. Make sure that you hold Luka Doncic to excelling on one side or the other, either scoring or assists, not both of them. I thought the Lakers did it tonight. 138-115, the final score. Lakers with a good win here to start off the second game of the season on Christmas night. Game changer of the night coming up next. Stay right here. This is the Lakers Locker Room on the ESPN LA Lakers Radio Network.
It's Lakers Talk with Alan Sliwa.
Monday nights at 7 p.m.
The brand new shooting guard for the Los Angeles Lakers, a veteran in the NBA, Wesley Matthews. What did you think of last season when it was all said and done and you saw that the Lakers and the Heat go 6 games, Lakers prevail, LeBron, Anthony Davis? How do you kind of round up the way last season played out, and how do you view the Lakers when it was all said and done being the champion?
You look at what the Lakers did, you look at what the Heat did, making it to the finals. The Lakers obviously prevailing. They won the weight. They were the last team standing. They got the most comfortable in an uncomfortable scenario and situation down there in the bubble. Their health, they're obviously having LeBron and AD helps everything. But they came together as a team and they didn't let anything take them off of their path, off of their goal. That's why, in my opinion, that's why they were victorious.
Don't miss Lakers Talk with Alan Sliwa.
Monday at 7 p.m. on the ESPN app or anytime wherever you get your podcast.
If you've got an insurance question, you could talk to your Nana, but she'd probably just tell you how she insured her couch from stains by covering it with plastic. Or you could talk to your local Geico agent. They'll give you a different kind of warm and fuzzy, with personalized assistance for all your insurance needs, like how you could be saving on your policies. So let your Nana cover her couch in plastic, and let a local Geico agent help cover you, but not in plastic. To find a Geico agent near you, visit geico.com/local.
Marc Gasol, also known as the other Gasol brother, signed with the Lakers this offseason as a free agent. Marc was originally drafted by the Lakers in the second round of the 2007 NBA draft, but the Lakers traded his rights to the Memphis Grizzlies in February of 2008 in a deal that sent Marc's older brother Pau to the Lakers. Marc signed with the Memphis Grizzlies and remained with the franchise until 2019 when he was traded to the Toronto Raptors. While in Toronto, he helped the Raptors win their first ever NBA championship. Marc is a two-time All-NBA team member, a three-time NBA All-Star, and was the NBA's Defensive Player of the Year in 2013. Marc is originally from Barcelona, Spain, and has been a member of their national team since 2006.
Hi, this is Anthony Davis of your Los Angeles Lakers.
Hi, it's LeBron.
The world champion Lakers play here.
The ESPN LA World Champion Lakers Radio Network.
It's AD. The Lakers play here. This is your home for Lakers basketball.
The time-honored tradition of holiday shopping. It may be different this year, but we'd argue it's also better. So when you're online, browsing page after page for the perfect gift, give yourself the gift of Heineken. Because if you can go hunting for presents in your pajamas, you can also do it with a festive bottle of Heineken in hand. Visit your local retailer and pick up your favorite pack of Heineken today to experience your own personal festive celebration. And while you're at it, get that special someone on your nice list, Heineken as well. Must be 21 plus to purchase. Enjoy responsibly.
Dennis Schroeder was traded to the Lakers from the Thunder in a deal that sent Danny Green and a draft pick to OKC this offseason. In his 2 seasons in Oklahoma, he was their sixth man, backing up Russell Westbrook and Chris Paul. Schroeder was originally drafted by the Hawks with the 17th pick in the 2013 NBA draft and became Jeff Teague's backup. After 5 seasons in Atlanta, he was traded to the Thunder. Schroeder was born in Germany and played professionally there for 3 years before declaring for the NBA draft in 2013.
The Lakers Locker Room Report.
The ESPN LA World Champion Lakers Radio Network. Your home for Lakers basketball.
It's time for tonight's game changer. One-on-one, he dunked it! Powered by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for locations and slam dunk coupons to save towards your next service. Now, here's Alan Sleewa.
This was not easy when you have to pick a game changer. Game changer of the night, and you're trying to figure out all the different guys that contributed for the Los Angeles Lakers. Tonight, Montrezl Harrell and Dennis Schroeder. I got to give it to 2 Laker players. Obviously, the 2 new additions for the Los Angeles Lakers coming through for the Lake Show. Coming through in big ways. Dennis Schroeder, 7 of 11 from the field. Only missed 4 shots. Montrezl Harrell only missed 3 shots, 10 of 13. 22 points and 7 rebounds for Trez. 18.6 assists for Dennis Schroeder. The game changer of the night is powered by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for a location near you. Love their impact. If there's one thing that those 2 players you're going to be able to rely on a night-in, night-out basis, it's going to be the mere fact that you never have to question their energy. You never got to question their effort. You never got to question if they're going to bring it every single night. So those 2 players, they got to be the motor for the Lakers. They have to be. Especially in a season like this, where it's a condensed season. Lakers, obviously, everybody knows how short the offseason was for the Lake Show, beating Miami in 6 games and then coming back before you know it, under 2 months preseason starts. You want to try to find ways to give Anthony Davis and LeBron James a breather. And maybe it's not going to come against each one of these Western Conference teams, but every time you get that opportunity, and Montrezl Harrell can put up a ton of minutes, and Dennis Schroeder can, and Kyle Kuzma, and Markieff Morris, go down the list of some, Talen Horn-Tucker. That's what you're hoping for this season, is that the depth that the Lakers have, will give them this opportunity to just pace themselves. By the way, Lakers do need time. I mean, if you really kind of think about this roster, newly constructed roster, and there's a lot of teams like this around the NBA where teams are going to have to try to figure it out, but Lakers head coach Frank Vogel has said this a couple different times. You know, they do those Zoom calls and we get a chance to connect with Coach, that the training camp and preseason is pretty much going to leak into the regular season for the Lakers. That's how it's going to work out for the Lake Show. Why? It's merely going to happen because they're going to need time to start gelling. So I think each one of these games that we start seeing from the Lakers, you know, tonight against Dallas, Sunday when the Lakers take on the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Lakers are only going to get better, but I feel like it's going to take them some time. Maybe it's 30 days from now, 60 days, 90 days that we start watching Lakers basketball and saying, man, this is a team to beat. Because on paper, we know that. On paper, we know that this is the team to beat in the NBA right now. But that's going to obviously have to be something that over the course of time, we start seeing it. We start listening to it here on 710. Couple of stats that I do want to point out. I mentioned this for a quick second. 33 assists for the Lakers. That's a combination of a couple things. Number one, the ball was moving. Everybody was making that extra pass. Number two, Lakers couldn't miss a shot. Michael was mentioning if the Lakers can shoot around 38% from the three-point line, they shot 49, hit 19 threes. Dallas is a team that hoists up threes like crazy. Lakers took more threes, made more threes, and it almost made it look like the Lakers were the three-point shooting team. Another stat that I want to point out real quick. 51 and 91 from the field, 56% from the field for the Los Angeles Lakers. So stats like that are obviously going to stand out. They could have been better with the ball, 16 turnovers, just kind of trying to clean up things from that perspective. But I really do believe this. At one point, Lakers had a 27-point lead. I do feel that over time, we're going to see that the Lakers, it will become more crisp. The guys' timing will be better. Their conditioning will be better. But we're probably a little bit of ways from the moment that happens. Lakers over the Dallas Mavericks, 138-115, the final score. Anthony Davis, LeBron James, Dennis Schroeder, Montrezl Harrell, Kyle Kuzma, all score in double figures. So you got a lot of guys contributing for the Lakers. The Lakers' next game is against the Minnesota Timberwolves at Staples Center this Sunday. Coverage on our flagship station, 710 ESPN, begins at 5:30. Tip-off set for 7 p.m. We invite you to stay with us for more post-game coverage on 710 ESPN. This has been the Lakers Locker Room on the ESPN LA World Champion Lakers Radio Network.
You've been listening to the Lakers Locker Room Report.
Brought to you by In-N-Out Burger. That's what a hamburger's all about.
Lakers basketball is presented by your Southern California Toyota dealers. We make it easy. Catch the Lakers Locker Room Report recapping what went down after every Lakers game.
The ESPN LA Lakers Radio Network.
Now's the time for great year-end savings because Toyotathon is on. Get 0% financing for 60 months and save big on many of Toyota's most popular 2021 models. That's 0 for 60 on a legendary new 2021 Prius, innovative new Prius Prime, or on the entire Corolla family, including Corolla Hybrid and Hatchback. If you're looking for amazing deals on a reliable new Toyota, head to Toyotathon today. These deals won't last, so hurry in.
Limited term financing through Toyota Financial Services. 0% APR includes 60 monthly payments of $1,667 per $1,000 borrowed. For example, 10% down. Not all customers will qualify. Down payment varies with credit. See dealer for details. Must take delivery from model year 2021 new car dealer stock by midnight January 4th.
We make it easy on you.
Toyota. Let's go places.
It's Keyshawn, wishing you and yours a wonderful holiday season from all of us at 710 ESPN. And I think we all agree we can't wait for the new year to come. Let's get to 2021. It can only be better. I'll be back on Monday morning, January 4th, to get it all started on LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
Want to hear how I almost got off the naughty list this year? I helped Santa save gazillions by having him download Capital One Shopping to his computer. Capital One Shopping